Hi Aries, welcome to the full moon in Leo reading for January 25th and 26th of 2024. We're going to begin with the direction the reading is going in, and for that you have courage. That is the number one energy, courage. So number one is initiating something new. You may be beginning something new, or in the energy of, meaning that you could just be in the early stages of something, maybe even just considering it, becoming aware of it, right? One is consciousness, so the awareness of something. And you may need a little courage to do that. Okay. That's the direction the reading is going in. Remember, full moons close out cycles, so you may be closing out a cycle of something that you are beginning or that you began at the new moon in January. Okay, and the direction or your focus for the next 2 weeks is the Nine of Cups. Really nice card. 9 is the completion or the conclusion, right? We've gone through 1 through 9, so we are at the end of a cycle. We haven't yet started something else because that would be number 10, but number 9 is conclusions. It's the wisdom that we acquire from it. In this case, it's some emotional wisdom, right? Or inspiration with the cups. This is a wish fulfillment card. It is fulfillment. He's even kind of full because he's one of the more fuller personages on the cards. So he's quite satiated and satisfied. He has a lot to spare, maybe even celebrations because of what he's achieved during this particular cycle. But it is a wish fulfillment card, so they often say make a wish. It could be granted when this card appears. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and lay out all the cards. The first column is you and, well, actually it's where you find yourself at the time of the full moon or what it is you're concluding in the next 2 weeks. The center column is you and how you're dealing with the situation, how you're behaving, what you're thinking, what you're doing in regards to the first column, in regards to your situation that you find yourself in. And the last column is, number 1. The last column is probable outcome. Probable because some things we can change, some things we are meant to experience. But it's always for our growth, for our own growth, for our own experience and growth. Nice. All right, let's see what we got here. 4 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, a couple of even numbers. So we could be balancing things out right now, and you can also see that with the Temperance card, finding balance. The 4 of Swords is a card of rest and repose. The physical body may not be in movement, or we may not be doing too much activity, but like I said, we are preparing for something. And this could be with paperwork, graphs, that sort of thing. It could just be mental preparation. But at the proper time and when we feel like we're ready, we'll take up that sword that that's at his side and begin action, which is the 4, rather the sword suit. It's mental activity and physical activity that comes from that mental planning. This card often says, though, that you could need a rest. And if you don't take the rest yourself, the universe will help you. And trust me, it's always better for you to voluntarily take a rest. So if you're tired, you're feeling a little exhausted from the holidays or from this new energy, because again, we are at one here, right? We are summoning up some courage to get something done or to move in a new direction, because it's number one. We're still in the planning phases of it. 4 is always about foundation. 4 is often stagnant energy. It's a square, it's a cube, right? And cubes don't roll easily. They have to be pushed along. And in a way, I feel like you shouldn't be pushing yourself at this time, but you can be planning things. You can be writing them down, plan of action, like I said, paperwork, graphs, that sort of thing with the 4 of Swords. And especially if you're feeling unwell or you feel a little fatigued, take this time to get some rest, for sure. Because the 6 of Wands is the card of victory within group situations, and 6 is always finding balance. And this is somebody who's leading a group into victory. They could be saying good things about you. You may be saying good things about somebody else. But it is usually after a period of pressure. It's usually after a period of, and like I said, we're concluding things here with that 9 of Cups. So you could have experienced some pressure within a group situation. Or a group itself could have been dealing with some difficulty or some pressure. And we're kind of trying to bring some stability and balance back to the situation. Now, it is a pretty successful card, the 6 of Wands, because it is victory in group situations. We're at a halfway point here. Excuse me. Sorry about that. We're at a halfway point here. We're at the number 6. We've gone past 5, which is that instability roller coaster ride here. In fact, we may have skipped it completely because we went from 4 to 6. Probably not, though. We're moving in a good direction here with this card, but we're not there yet. Okay? Now, emotionally, that's kind of where you want to get to. You want to conclude, and you want to be happy with whatever courageous initiative you may have started. And you may be pretty happy with where you are at this point in the game here with the 6 of Wands and the 9 of Cups, because there is wish fulfillment here, but it can just be that you're focusing on fulfilling a wish. And the 6 of Wands is saying, well, you've gotten over the hump. There's more to go, but go ahead and take a little victory lap now, because it kind of boosts your ego a little bit. It is associated with Leo. And it boosts your ego a little bit. And so you can take a little victory lap. People can cheer you on. You can be cheering other people on. But we're not there yet. Okay. And so maybe within the next 2 weeks, we're gonna do that. Because you and how you're behaving here, you have the Temperance card. The Temperance card is patience, but it's alchemy. So we're refining something, and that's what I mean by, okay, we're plotting, we're planning, we're over the hump, but there still is some refinement necessary to this new passion, this new idea, and maybe you have a new idea on how to refine something. The Temperance card is kind of asking you to spiritualize what you do, meaning make it more meaningful to yourself, or maybe even to others. But again, this is how you're behaving. And it's a Major Arcana card. So Major Arcana has a lot to do with your internal world. So it's usually something that's going on within. So we can be refining the idea right? The Ace of Wands. Or we can be refining ourselves within the idea. But in any case, it's alchemy. It is fire and water, right? And um, refining meaning we're turning base metals into gold. So we're with the fire purifies the metal, right? And this is what we have here. We have fire. We have fire with that Ace of Wands, which is your passion to go forward, your passion to do something. And these are both very passionate cards as far as I'm concerned. Your passion to go forward in order to get the job done, to get the situation along further, because, this is indicating that we're halfway there. And remember, full moons close out cycles, so we're looking to close something out here. Now, that Ace of Wands is a very passionate card. It can be a very sexual card, and we are looking at some emotions here, but I don't necessarily see romantic love. And what I mean by sexual is that we're, how do I want to put this? We're seeding something, right? We're seeding something here. We're seeding an idea, but it's an idea that it brings us a lot of passion and joy, because the Ace of Wands is, if you decide to go in this direction, it's the stuff that dreams are made of, right? A wish fulfillment. That can take some courage. Things are in a state of flux with that Temperance card, and so nothing is quite settled yet. And it may even be further. Now, this is an indication of autumn, so it could be the fall that we're looking at, or moving towards. It doesn't have to be. It can also be when the moon is in another fire sign, but the full moon is now in Leo, which is that impetus within a fire sign. And Leo is the ego, right? It's ego driven, it's passion driven, and it's very self-centered. Whether that's, good or bad or indifferent, as long as you keep balance, you maintain balance. A balanced ego is the thing that gets you up and out of bed and wanting to move further with this new idea. It's when it gets overblown and selfish that it becomes out of balance and destructive. So a good balanced ego. And Temperance card is, again, maintaining that balance, right? Keeping things even kill. Getting rid of the dross, getting rid of the unpurified metals to create the gold nugget that you want, but also spiritualizing it, making it mean something, giving it more meaning, giving it more depth, if you will. But we could also be looking towards the summertime as well, or when things start to warm up. This is August usually, because it's also a Leo card. It's also the Sun King, right? August. It's the time of August. Although the sun is associated with our sun star, the sun is its strongest and at its height in August, high summer. So we could be looking at that time frame as well for some people, because here's the celebration, right? Now, this could also be within the next 2 weeks. What you may be working towards and bringing some kind of meaning to the work that you do, or to what it is that you're engaging in here, that you need courage for, can be with a group of females, because these are the muses, but it can also be creative inspiration. We're inspired to do something new. But it could be with a group of females. These are women who hold each other up, right? They support each other. It is also celebrations, and so is the sun. It's celebrating the good things in life, the Three of Cups, and feeling grateful for that, feeling grateful for the things of the earth, for creativity, and the sun is bringing some enlightenment with it. It is a rebirth. And we have a couple of indications here. Now we are with that Nine of Cups at the end of a wish fulfillment, and then there's something to celebrate. And it's very possible that what you are doing or what you're busy with and what you're planning can be come into the public eye with the Sun card, right? Because this is very public. All eyes are on you, being the center of attention. And it can be geared towards females. That's also possible here, what you're busy with, or you could be working with females. But females are prevalent with that Three of Cups. But it doesn't have to be. It could just be other people who support you and hold you up. But like I said, these are the muses, and so it has something to do with creative ideas, creative prospects, passions, internal passions. But there is definitely a refinement of these ideas, and we're quite busy in our head thinking, planning, plotting, getting it down on paper first, right? But it does have a feeling of group here, within a group situation. That could be family, that can be work colleagues, people who just come together for creative purposes, like workshops, that sort of thing. Let's have a deeper look here. Yeah, so we are looking at work. And this is kind of what I was thinking about. Now, with these two cards, we're really kind of we're removing distraction to get something done, to get to a victorious point. Maybe the whole idea hasn't come together yet, but we're quite busy with that Eight of Pentacles doing it. And the Eight of Pentacles is somebody who's really good at what they do. It is honing your craft, but you already know what you're doing, and so it's just the small details that you're kind of tweaking out right here. This card is about, and 8 is a power number, right? So you have all of these 3 cards are even numbers, and that's a very positive, numerologically, even numbers are positive. So we're moving in the right direction here with that Eight of Pentacles and just getting a lot of work done. Now, because you're working so hard, you may need some time to find rest. Don't work yourself to death here, because it is saying that you do need a pause to rest. But even when you're physically resting, your mind keeps going. There's still some planning, and you can still jot down ideas or write that plan down, so that when you are ready to actually do the physical labor, the physical work, you're rested for it, right? And you don't want to burn yourself out. Like I said, Four of Swords is that card that it comes with a warning that if you don't find the rest when you're tired, the universe will help you, and it's always worse that way. So volunteer your rest time when you feel tired. And there may even be other people to pick up the slack when you are. So you could even maybe do some delegating, okay? But I do see you very busy here with a wish fulfillment. Okay. Or maybe even the group, right? Maybe the group is just really busy. Everybody's got their task and everybody's doing their thing. Okay, we are having some transformation here with the Death card. So one phase can be over, and remember I said things are in a state of flux. So it feels like to me with this card that things are moving forward, but they are transitioning, they are changing. There's a transformation with the Death card here. And I find that going on here as well, because you have the number 1 and you have the number 9. 1 is that initiative energy. 9 is the energy of accumulation, right? The knowledge that we've accumulated, the experience that we've accumulated. 9 is the accumulation number, the wisdom that we've accumulated. Okay, and so the Three of Cups is, again, there's something to celebrate here. And it could very well be that what it is you're busy with gets to the public. And this could be in the summertime. I really do feel like there's a trajectory towards the summer. And it feels to me as well that things continue to, because we're summer and fall, right? The summer and the autumn. So it feels like there is a trajectory towards the summertime, but there's a transformation in the fall period. So we've reached a point here, maybe you work seasonally. And at the end of the summer, where this wish fulfillment has reached the public eye, you're ready then, and you're already starting to plan for something that comes around that you have to begin in the fall. For instance, let's say you are somebody who is a designer, a clothing designer, fashion designer. And, the summertime is where you're working now to get the summer line out, or the spring and summer line out, right? Um, but by the summertime, you should already be working towards the Christmas period. That kind of energy. Okay. The Hierophant. My least favorite card next to the Five of Swords, but that's just a personal opinion. This is working with large organizations or organizations, period. It can be the government, it can be religion, it is tradition, it's a very traditional card. It is my no card, or you have to ask permission, right? Maybe you have to fill out paperwork and the, you know, get permits or that sort of thing, but you're only getting partial answers here. Um, there is Osho says that this is the no thingness card. There's no thing there. The number four is also considered to be the card of death. And after death is no thing. So I find that quite interesting. We have three major arcana cards here, well, four actually. So there is a lot going on within. And so there could be a period after this celebration of kind of emptiness, or the need before you go further to get some sort of permit or permission. At the end of 2 weeks, however, you may be working with or dealing with organizations of some sort. Again, schools. Maybe you're coming out towards a school system, or maybe you need to study something new to move on to this next transition. Maybe it's organizations. I'll leave it like that. But there does kind of seem to be a bit of a no answer. However, I don't feel like this is a negative thing. Maybe you are saying no to something. Maybe you're not receiving the no, but maybe you are saying no to something, because there's a lot of celebration. And these are two very good cards. The negative thing about the Sun card is mania. And so maybe things have gone successful and you want to rush into this next phase. And this card is saying no. Maybe you need to... but it could also be traditional, right? It could be the mania. You're going a little off the beaten path, and the Hierophant card just brings you back to reality a little bit and says, now stay traditional. It's that kind of energy. Could also be marriage for some people, because this is a wish fulfillment card, and these are celebrations, right? So it's very possible that somebody's planning a wedding around this time. That's also possible with the Hierophant card there. And you have to get marriage licenses, that kind of thing, right? There is a celebration here, and this is traditional, and the spotlight would be on you. So if that part feels a little bit disjointed from the whole story, but that doesn't mean it's not possible. Okay? All right. This is also rebirth. So there can also be the birth of a child, although I don't see the Empress here. If I saw the Empress, however, we do have three. Three is the creative number. So maybe that's possible for somebody. But it is a general reading, so I'm not going to follow a particular storyline. However, I'm going to give you some idea of possibilities, because everybody's going through something different. And I want you to understand the energy of the card, and you can apply it to your situation. What does Spirit want you to know? See, aspiration. You are unlimited. So aim for the stars. And again, a number one. So we are beginning something new. We are aspiring to something that's going to take a little bit of courage, but I do feel you have the energy for it. I do feel both cards, both of these cards really are about transformation, refinement with the Temperance card, and transformation with the Death card. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. It does kind of feel like there's a broad planning here. Um, and maybe there are certain things that happen within the next 2 weeks that you can apply this to, but I do have a feeling that there's a broad plan. Okay. Thank you for listening. I hope it's been helpful. I'll return in 2 weeks with a new moon reading. Until then, take good care. And I appreciate you listening. Bye for now.